When I was 14, I decided I'd probably be alone my whole life. Not in dramatic way. I just looked at what had happened around me and did the math. My mom's partner died, the person she depended on, and she broke. That scared me more than the death itself. I didn't want to need anyone that much. I thought I was ugly anyway, so my plan was work, be independent, maybe adopt a child someday, or find someone just for that and raise the kid alone. And somewhere inside that plan, a quieter decision formed. I would not do what was done to me. There's a thing people say to new moms: just wait. One day you'll open your mouth and your mother will come out. They say it like it's funny, like it's inevitable, like character is something you inherit, the way you inherit the eye color. I spent years being afraid of that moment. I want to tell you what happened instead. My mom started drinking when I was in 5th grade, 11 years old. It didn't happen overnight. It started light. Someone comes over, there's noise, the kids are asleep, fine, but it got worse. There were nights I'd wake up to loud music, to raised voices, to a conflict already happening that I was too old to sleep through and too young to stop. In adolescence, you start to get involved, you argue back, and sometimes you get something back for it. Mostly words, sometimes more. The words are the part I remember most clearly. All normal kids and you insert something bad according to mom. If someone kidnapped you, they'd bring you back and pay us to take you. Nobody will marry you. You're a bad housekeeper. And on the other hand, she didn't let me cook when I showed interest. Don't cry, she would say. There was no space for my needs, no hand reaching out to steady me when everything felt like it was falling apart. As long as you live under my roof, you're going to do what I said. Yours is just dirt on your neck. I didn't need anyone to explain me that these things are wrong. I just knew, not intellectually, physically, in my body. And somewhere around 14, I made a quiet decision. When I have a child, none of this will be in the house. I kept that promise for a long time. Then, one afternoon, with a pile of plastic on the hallway floor, I almost didn't. Jan is 2.5. A few weeks ago, he dumped his entire construction set on the floor and refused to clean it up. Got on his little bike and started riding over the pieces. I told him, if you are not playing with it, it goes away. I picked up the set and carried it out of the room. And standing there in the hallway, I realized a second ago I almost said, I'll throw it all out. I didn't, but I almost did. What I felt in that moment was rage. Real rage. I was physically worn down that day. I wanted to just release it somewhere, say something sharp, make it stop, and somewhere underneath the anger, I recognized something, a very old program, the thing you reach for when you have nothing left. I didn't want to frighten him. That thought was enough. I went and texted my husband what had happened, what I'd felt, why I'd done what I did. He came in, started playing with Jan, diffused the whole thing in 5 minutes. And I sat in the other room, and instead of punishing myself for having felt that way, I just let it be. The rage was real. Rage doesn't make you a bad mother. Acting on it does. This is the thing, nobody prepares you for it. It's not the good days that test you. It's the days when you're depleted, when there's nothing left, when you're running on fumes. Those are the days the old programs surface. Not because you're a bad person, because when you're that tired, you reach for what you know. The only protection I've found is memory, remembering exactly how it felt to be on the receiving end. That memory is not a wound I have to keep reopening. It's a compass. In the moment when I almost said the wrong thing, it's the thing that stopped me. What's come through anyway? There's one thing my mother gave me that I'm glad she did. She taught me to be polite to people, not through pressure. I don't remember it being forced. It just came through somehow. The way you treat strangers, service workers, people who don't have to be kind to you but are. I don't look down on anyone. I don't cross other people's lines. I say thank you and I mean it. And now Jan says thank you and please. Not always to us. Kids test wonders at home. That's their job. But to grandparents, to his teachers, to strangers on the street. The first time I really noticed it was when we visited family in Bishkek. He was just moving through the apartment saying please and thank you like it was the most natural thing. And I watched the people he was saying it to, how they smiled, how it landed on them. His kindergarten teacher mentioned it too, just said it passing. He's such a polite boy. That was my mother's doing, passed through me, and now through him. The chain works in both directions. You can pass down pain, you can also pass down something good. The difference is whether you do it on purpose. I'm not going to tell you I've broken my cycle. I don't know that yet. Jan is too. I have 20 years of evidence still to correct. What I can tell you is this. My mother is not a villain. She's a person who broke under things that were too heavy for her, and who don't have the tool she needed, and who hurt me in the process. I understand that now. I love her. I keep a certain distance, not out of punishment, but out of self-preservation. When you understand why someone did what they did, the bitterness gets quieter. The hurt can still be there, but it's different. You'll become your mother. It's not a prophecy. It's not something coded in you that you can't escape. It's a series of chores, small ones, made in the tired moments, made when you're having nothing left and you're reaching for what you know. I reach. Sometimes I almost get there. And then I remember that's enough.